Alright, this is a video about two things. The first is like that I don't know how to read advice. This is how I called it. And then the second part is, am I being intervention, which is kind of like a continuation of this I don't know how to read advice or how to read the situation thing. So, the first thing is that I don't know how to read advice, and the context for this thought that I had, this is a thought that I had yesterday. Well, today walking, maybe yesterday, kind of, I don't know. So, I was having dinner with my friends, and one of them, who I see less, was here, and for some reason, like the topic of my hair came about, and it was like how, yeah, something like, oh, when was the last time you cut your hair or something, right? And he mentioned something about split ends, right? About how you have to trim it so you don't get split ends or something like this, right? Which is true advice and good advice, I guess. But the thing is that I wasn't sure if he was saying it because he could see that my ends were splitting or something from far away, or that it looks like my hair is splitting ends or something, which could be true. I don't know. I'm not sure, right? Or if if it's just like general advice, right? Like, oh, it has been already 3 years, so maybe you should have already cut it so that ends don't split it, right? But from out here, it doesn't like look particularly split ended or something, right? Or maybe it was like, no, oh, I could tell, that's why I asked the question, right? I don't know, and I didn't know how to read the thing, right? And this is like the first thought that I had that sparked or like put that thought in my mind or something, right? And then the second thing, which is the am I being intervention part, was kind of related to this in a way. And we were kind of in the car coming back from that dinner, and for some reason or another, my friend, one of them mentioned, like I think the same friend mentioned this thing, right? This video, and in this video, basically, Xokas is a Spanish streamer, Asmongold is an American streamer. Both play WoW. Well, both used to play like World of Warcraft. I think Asmongold still plays pretty often. Xokas less, but anyway. So he shows his house, and his house is like a fucking mess, right? And the thing is that they mentioned this reflection. He starts like thinking out loud about what he saw in the video, right? And essentially, the guy has like this super messy house, and he says that he understands it in a way, but that he thinks that it's a bad way to live, right? Because he's like living too online. He says he's like Asmongold is living too online. He for some reason, it's like he doesn't care about his environment because he only cares about like his community online, and his way of living is online, and he's all blah 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 is all online, right? He lives online, and he says that real life is actually good or something, right? That you should live in real life sometimes. And they were talking in the car about this, and about he was so right? And I was like, nah, I was kind of like deflecting with humor in my way. Like my first reaction was to like deflect with humor, and I was like, nah, he's so wrong, right? Like online is the real deal or something. But they kept like talking about it in a more serious way, and so I stopped responding to that. Because I didn't want, because like we were going to like just get out of the car, and I didn't want to like, I don't know, I didn't want to say anything, essentially. I didn't want to like elaborate. But now I want to elaborate. And essentially, this was the situation, right? So, what do I think about this thing? Like, what did I not say that I would have said or something like this, right? And yeah, well, first, that the fact that connects to the other thing is that I wasn't sure if I was being intervention, right? Because I am kind of like Asmongold in a way. Like my room right now, it's not that messy, but it's been pretty messy, right? And I don't mind like making fun of it and like making light of that and saying it, right, to my friends or something, and they know. And also I am online a lot, right? I spend basically the only thing I do is be online and walk. I do those two things with my days. And we were talking about jobs and all this, like this job thing, this job topic came about. And before in the dinner, like one of the reasons why I wasn't sure if it was an intervention or something like this, like they were like saying it seriously for me to like, I don't know, think about it or something like this, is because we were talking in the dinner itself, like before that car ride back home, we were talking about this, right? About job. I mentioned that because people always ask me, like, if I found a job, if I'm like sending out resumes to people or something like this, right? If I'm sending job applications, and I always say the same thing, that I sent a couple like a while ago, whatever, right? I say always the same thing, and I guess they are tired of hearing that, and they want me to do something, and I just don't want. Well, and I will go to what I want to do in this next part, but for the context of this, these people, right? So I mentioned that my mom told me in the before that I should get a job, right? So I wasn't sure if like this intervention was kind of like summing all of the events of the day or something into like you should get a real job in real life and stop like with this being online all day, blah blah, right? I wasn't sure what was going on, and that's how this ties into the I don't know how to read advice part, because I don't know how to read advice and I don't know how to tell when stuff is an intervention, right? This is kind of like the first part of the video. The first part, which are these two things, are these kind of like I don't know what people are saying, and that's it. Like this is like what I wanted to say. Like one thing, like it's like this is something I noticed. It doesn't even have a point, or it's not like I'm going to learn to lead advice or whatever, right? It just simply I just noticed these things, and I don't know what to do with them, right? So I say them out, like I vent them out here, for example. And then the next part of the video is going to be like, what would I have said, right? Because part 1.5. Here I have written this thing, right? I just can't. Not I won't be ever able to. Just a reveal fact, I can't. It's essentially like because when I think of these things, right? I'm like, so why don't you say them, right? It's like, why didn't you continue the conversation, or like, why are you having this conversation on a YouTube video instead of like having the conversation with the people who originated the conversation, right? And I'm like, I don't know, I just can't. Like, it's not that I won't be ever able to address this topic to my friends or something like this, right? Or it's not. It's just that it has been revealed that when it comes to it, I just can't bring up the topic, right? I just can't talk about it. This was like, this is kind of like my not even justification. It's like what happened. So in the meantime, and because it's kind of like this kind of meta reflection is like related to what was being discussed, I guess, right? So it's like I just can't. So I do this, right? Then the next part, like if that was part 1.5 or whatever, the next part would be like, so what would I have said in the situation, and it's like, even though I said that I was against my friends or something like this, right, or against this streamer as a joke, kind of, not really as a joke, but in a way, in a jokingly manner, or like in a humorous way, against it, right, against what is being said. So it's not true, right? I do think that they have a point, or like that this streamer has a point, and that there is stuff to do in real life, or like real relationships do have to be like based in real life in some point, right? To be like real, I guess. But Yeah, and this tweet is kind of, I tweeted it today, but it's kind of related. There is someone who says like there are no online friends. They are just strangers who are on the same social media that you do not trust them, blah blah blah. And yeah, Madison, this girl I follow, tweeted, "You guys are my friends, right?" And yeah, I don't think she follows me back or yeah. So yeah, so it's like the tweet was sentiment for me, but I don't give a shit, and I just reply. So it's like I'm not against the vibe of that tweet, and I do trust and share and stay attached to people online, right? This is true. I do have, I guess, relationships or whatever online that with people that I trust and with people that with whom I share stuff that I don't share a lot or that I don't share with other people, these things, right? And I do stay attached to them and these things. But I do think that when it truly matters, it's like it's important to keep this kind of downer mindset in mind, right? If a bus runs me over, like none of my Twitter mutuals are going to send me flowers or anything like that. None of them are even going to find out, right? They are not actually part of my life. This is the point, right? They are part of my life as long as I let them, but they are not actual members of some kind of ingrained thing. I am not part of something real with real consequences in the real world with them. None of them are going to find out if my mom dies. None of them are going to find out if my boss runs me over and my account goes silent. If I kill myself, no one is going to notice. Like it's like I just will stop posting videos, but no one will know if I kill myself, if a boss run me over, if I don't know, if I just went on vacation and forgot my phone, if I forgot to charge my battery, if my camera broke, like no one will know, right? If I stop tweeting, no one will know. If I just deactivated my account, well, if you click but no one will know why I deactivated if I don't say it first to myself for it. These things. It's like at the end of the day, it's important, I think, to have this in mind, right? But even though this is true, so in a sense he is right, I still think that the first part holds up, right? And that the fact that trusting people online, sharing stuff with people online, staying attached to people online or whatever, I think it's still something that I do, right? And that I will keep doing. And that, contrary to what every fucking one apparently wants wants me to do, I will keep doing it. I don't know why, but I will keep doing it. There are two parts to this. Like there is the opportunity side or something. It's like, to me, if on Twitter or wherever I have access to the people who are doing the most interesting shit, who are building the most interesting shit, and all these things, and I can be familiarized with them over time and see what the vibe is on all this, and even like participate and reply and all these things. It's like, why wouldn't I do this instead of just sending fucking random ass resumes to people who I don't give a fucking shit about, right? This is kind of my point. It's like in terms of opportunity, it seems to me like the obvious choice is obvious, right? It's like, why would I go where there is less opportunity and where I don't care about those opportunities, or like I care less about those opportunities? Like the only benefit that there is that it is local, I guess, right? So if I apply to local companies, I will be close to them, right? And that is, I guess, something interesting about it. But I don't know. To me, there is, I guess, like there is some kind of circular logic of if I was the type of guy to do that, I would already have done it, or like I would already be closer to that, right? If I was, I don't know, like the type of guy to work for an engineering company in Spain, I would have gotten closer to the engineering people in Spain, and I would have gotten a job in engineering in Spain, right? This is kind of like, I know I have friends that have done that, but I am the type of guy to do the shit online, right? This is kind of what has been revealed, and this is like on the opportunities on kind of opportunity job talk, which was related because my friends talked about it and my mom also talked about it and all these things, right? But I don't know. I think that just in general, it's like, it's not only that there is opportunity, it's just that like I wrote here, I just can't, right? Not I won't even be able to, like, just that I can't. It's a revealed fact that I can't. And what I mean with I just can't is kind of like, it's like, so why, like in the meta sense, like, so why are you making this video online instead of talking about this thing that originated with your friends, right? Why are you posting it online to no one? Because this is going to get like 8 views. Instead of, out of those 8 views, it's like probably 6 are clicks. One person clicks it, watches maybe 4 minutes and then leaves, and maybe one person like actually watches it and cares about what I said. Maybe that's like the ratio, I guess. So why do you do this instead of like talking to the friends who actually originated the thing, right? And this is like one part of it. And then another part of it is like, so why don't you like just fucking go to a company close to there or send the resume there or whatever, right? And it's like, my point is that I can't. It's not that I won't be able to or that I am incapable of ever doing it or something like this. It's just that it has been revealed that I just can't do these things. Like, I just don't do these things. I could, maybe. I could work on myself, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. But in the meantime, I am just going to do what I can do, which is these things. I can do this. So I'm going to do it, right? And I'm going to keep doing it until I can't do this anymore either. Or something like this, right? Or until I am forced by external circumstances to do, like to get a fucking job, a regular job, or something like this, right? To look for a less opportunity-full job, for example, right? Until I am forced to look locally because it is that urgent, and that is where the like, I guess, yeah, where the not opportunity, but yeah, kind of like where it's easier to get to do stuff, like where the ease is, like what's easier to get these, yeah, like where it's more immediate, right? I can't do the immediate, like it's not like I won't ever do the immediate thing, no. But if it's been revealed on and on that I don't gravitate to that and I can't talk normally or whatever, well, I am going to keep talking not normally and to keep trying to not normally get a not normal job until I am forced to have talk normally and I am forced to get a normal job, right? In a job in the normal way. This is kind of my theory. And yeah, that's all I have to say, more or less. I wanted to make another video, but I forgot the topic. And yeah, this has been video 98. I was going to make 99 as well, but I forgot. Maybe I could have split this in two, but yeah, fuck it. And yeah, I'm not going to lead anyone to nothing. Maybe the playlist. And yeah, bye.